Yes, I think it's important that people know the 10 to 1 Energy Saver project is where you'll get the bang for your buck. For example, for those who donate anywhere from $5 to whatever your heart can afford, or whether your pocketbook can afford, you'll be part of a groundbreaking process where you now will regain back the power that has been taken from us and remove the shackles on this energy monopoly that we've been subjected to. So yes, Jerry, go ahead and let people know why this 10 to 1 Energy Saver's time has come.
Well, again, you know, the idea of some of these energy projects is all very exotic, very exciting. The cold fusion Rossi thing, very excited. The Lener, LENR, people are extremely, extremely excited about this. These being somewhat new technologies, they have a lot of course, exotic technical problems related with them. What I think makes the 10 to 1, and since people are only hearing about this sort of for the very first time here ever, I mean, this is like really a major PR disclosure here, that sets the little 10 to 1 aside from some of these other things that people are hearing about. And of course, now they are hearing about this for literally the first time. What sets it aside is the practical nature of it, as far as the we're solid engineers behind it. I'm an electrical engineer. My partner's an electrical engineer. There's the components are, you know, literally almost off the shelf type parts that have been commonly used in the industry. So, you know, these are things that have been mass produced, the types of materials, the cold fusion stuff, which Lener, LENR, as exciting as it is, there's some exotic things going on there. There's some exotic you know, technologies that are going to have exotic problems that need exotic solutions. And so, you know, with our little 10 to 1, we're looking at something that may seem a little more tame, a little more maybe less as exotic sounding, but, you know, and or more actually practical. And so I'm under, you know, I cannot disclose the device, what it is, because that's extremely proprietary, and I would be tilting the hand for too many people. You know, there are probably any technical people out there, scientific people listening to this right now, are probably just literally wanting to come off the edge of their seats to hear me describe even one little technical gremlin that would give them something to bite on. You know, and that would be tilting the, you know, the hand a little too much at this stage of the game. So in my talking about it, I'm just impressing people about the practical nature. The project, what folks need to hear, any prospective investors, even Doug there, who we hope will regain some interest in me and what I'm doing, is that within 6 months to a year, we think that we can have something in the market that people can literally go down to wherever and buy. And so that's how quickly we think that this could be made to happen. Whereas the bombshell news I had about the Lener, the cold fusion, is that even though Rossi, the Greek people, are saying they're going to have product before the end of the year, based on what I have from insider knowledge, that is not likely to happen. In fact, we may be a year or 2 or even 3 years away before anybody's able to get anything in their home from cold fusion or LENR. So there's going to be a lot of disillusionment. There's going to be a lot of unhappiness about that when people find this out about those things, with the exception to the other bombshell I dropped of my secret cold fusion project, which is leapfrogging the others even as we speak.
Well, it seems, Jerry, that you are someone who definitely knows where technology should be headed, and you are definitely a man on a mission, and I sense a passion in the way you're conventing your ideas here today, and you're to be commended for that, for just your drive, determination, and your vision as to what you see in the future. So what's next, Jerry?
Well, we have to keep going, and that's going to take effort. A lot of people would say, look, why don't you just form a corporation, get stocks, and have people invest in your stock, so forth and so on. And that takes money, that takes time. The purpose of the donations is sort of getting the public to seed that effort so that we can move forward. I have to be honest with everybody. People have to realize that it takes time and money to move things forward. I can be as excited and as enthusiastic as I can be for me to succeed. People will say, well, go talk to your other investors, so on and so on. We need some new blood. We need some new energy here. We need people that don't feel that playing bridge and golf is more important than funding these kinds of projects. When people ask me why I don't go to my previous investor, Doug, and others, what they told me in no uncertain terms is, they had lost interest in something this important, this valuable. And what they told me was they were far more interested, with all their millions and billions, they were far more interested in playing golf and playing bridge. And you can imagine my shock when I realized that that was where these wealthy people were coming from.
Jerry, could these people be fearful of the fact that if they were to invest in future projects like this, that they could be in jeopardy as well?
Well, that would seem like a realistic thing. It's just that there's very little evidence to back it up at this stage of the game. We're talking about stepwise technologies. Like I say, this is an energy saver that helps people save energy. And so it's like any technology. The airplane started out with propellers, and it only held a few people. And it took years and development to get it to the point where it was a nice jet and all this and that. And we're talking about the same thing. There's no reason for anyone to feel overly threatened. And the idea is that you move out of your dinosaur technology. If you're a dinosaur oil company, then you just shift your dollars and your investments into this, just like IBM had to shift its computer dollars into the personal computer. They had to get out of the dinosaur mainframe business, but my goodness gracious, IBM still exists, and they did make the shift. And it isn't about that. It's about people moving forward with the right thing at the right time, and I think that's a sane way to go about it.
Well, Jerry, I think there's a little other things that are in here that we're not really discussing. For example, when we talk about energy, utility companies. If utilities companies would be losing 90% of their power, usage from the end user, they would substantially take a big hit, would they not?
That's a potential thing, but again, you have to remember that we're business people, and I think what in that limited view of looking at the model of their revenues coming from the sale of electricity, what the failure in business here is that, if I'm all of a sudden got like 10 times more electricity than I had last month, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go out and buy a new air conditioner. I'm gonna go out and buy a bunch of new electrical appliances. So my goodness, if a smart business person, these people claim to be smart, I don't know, but if these smart business people said, well, maybe the money isn't in selling these folks electricity, the money is in all the gadgets that electricity runs on, which everybody's going to want because they can now afford them.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. A second part of what I wanted to ask was, we talked about electricity for the home. We haven't really touched upon, and maybe you can today, petroleum that's used to fuel your cars, for example, with energy costs skyrocketing with the wars in the Middle East and the petroleum, with the companies in Michigan taking a bailout and not creating an automobile in the 21st century that has the capability to get great gas mileage. Can do you have any thoughts as to what we can do in that area as well?
Well, clearly, any energy-saving concepts could play into a better electric car, which, I think the revolution, the movement, I've once been quoted as saying, we had the PC revolution, the personal computer revolution. We're about to embark upon a new revolution as a world, as a society, and I call it the personal energy revolution, and I am the source of that quote. I invented that term when, I would like history to record that, JT is the one that quoted, we're going into the personal energy revolution. It's been suppressed, it's been fought, they're losing the battle, they will lose the battle. The battle was lost in the personal computer revolution. People can read quotes till they turn blue in the face about the computer pundits who insisted that no one would want a personal computer in their home. You know what? They were all wrong. They know they were wrong. And once again, the world's wrong about the idea of this personal energy revolution where, people have a practical, affordable energy machine in their home, in their car, and that no longer pollutes the world. It's something whose time has come. The time is now. And like a dinosaur, you either you fade away, or you morph and become a Homo sapien.
Well, with the laws that are in place that are handcuffing, for example, the auto industry to create this sort of technology, how would you say this is going to happen?
Yeah, I think that given the success of any of these new energy technologies that come forward, whatever they may be, whatever flavor they may be, I would certainly like to be part of that success, and I challenge these lackadaisical wealthy people who sit with their bridge cards. I challenge them to decide, to find the interest, to rejoin probably what will be the world's greatest revolution. I challenge everyone to move forward. Right now, the idea of the donations is a way. One of the few ways I can see people can buy the book. If people want the change, they have to be the change. You can sit at home, you can listen to this, you can say, well, rah, rah, JT, great, go, I wish you the best. But, at the end of the day, your dollar is your vote. And, when you go pay that gas pump every day and you pay that electric bill every month, which, by the way, we said in the last interview that, you can pray to whatever God you want. I dare any of you to tell the God you believe in or whoever or whatever religious disposition you have. I dare any of you to get that religious order to write you checks for your gas and electric bills and actually accomplish that. So, it's going to come down to each and every one of us doing our part, just like you are doing right now, helping me with this interview, getting the information out, and I hope this is helping.
Well, I believe it is. Last year I went to a conference, solar conference in Anaheim at the convention center there, and there must have been about 500 presenters there, and there was not one company that represented the United States, and I was like floored by that. So my question to you is, will these nuances that we need, this new technology, have to come from Europe or somewhere out of the United States borders?